Hello, I'm Elise Chapins, and I'm joined today by Lilian T. Mehrel, the writer and director of the film HONEYJOON, which will be premiering at the Tribeca Film Festival on June 7th. Thank you so much for joining me today, Lilian. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So, can you give us just a brief overview of HONEYJOON about what the movie's about and everything?
Sure. So, Honey June is a sexy, darkly funny, life-affirming film about a mother named Leela and her sensual daughter named June, who go on a trip to the romantic Azorian Islands off of the coast of Portugal for the 1 year anniversary of the dad's death. And they have completely different ideas about why they're there, how to grieve, how to live, and how tiny June's bikini should be. Um, and and so, they're surrounded by happy honeymooners. The mom, who is Persian Kurdish, is like doom scrolling for news about Iran and the woman life freedom movement, even while she's trying to cover her daughter's bikini body up. The daughter's trying to like find pleasure again in being alive, even though she's sharing a hotel room with her mom. And they go on a tour with a very handsome philosophical surfer tour guide named Joao, and they find each other coming back to life.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, can you tell us a little bit just about your inspiration for the film, kind of where it came from?
Sure. I would say on the surface level, it was inspired by, real life grief and a trip to this island in the Azores, San Miguel. But on a deeper level, I think it was really inspired just by this eternal question for me. Um, can life still be sweet despite everything?
Hmm.
Can we still enjoy it? And it's really like if you think about like the symbol of the yin yang of like dark and light, like life is both to me. That's why I like to make movies that are both funny and emotional, and make you laugh and maybe make you cry because yeah, that's what life feels like to me. And these characters, they sort of embody each half,
Hmm.
but ultimately being alive means all of it.
Yeah, absolutely. This film really, yeah, it kind of goes with that because it really struck me as this like examination of like contradictions. One of my favorite scenes is where Leela and June both experience this release, I guess, about the grief that they carry. Um, but it's in this kind of reversal of what you might expect. And I think it's probably different than even what the characters felt like they needed. Can you talk a little bit about what you were looking for in that scene in particular? Like the, yeah, shower scene. Yeah.
I'm gonna try not to give spoilers.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to edge around it
Because
too.
thank you so much. Yeah, okay, so basically, sorry, I'm gonna turn my thing on some kind of do not disturb because it keeps beeping. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, about release. So I think each character, like I said, they were both kind of embodying one the dark, one the light of life. And in order to find the wholeness, they have to cross over into each other's sides. And the release of tears and the release of an orgasm seem very far apart, but ultimately, both, as you said, are release, and they're both kind of a symbol for the light and dark and the different human emotions that we all feel in our lives, in our bodies. They're both like very body experiences.
Hmm.
And a big part of this movie is like it's a celebration of being alive. And these characters are alive in their bodies. And so like one of them, her relationship to her body is trying to really, enjoy the fact that she's a woman, she's free, she wants to wear a bikini, she wants to feel sensual and feel alive and all the pleasures of life. And, she's having struggles with her mom to understand that because even though her mom is all about woman life freedom, she still has like, things that make her feel uncomfortable around pleasure or her daughter's body or, bikinis. So I think that basically having these two body releases, it sort of reminds
Hmm.
us that we're all human. We we all experience all of these things. And at the end of the day, no matter our age or our culture or what we're going through, we're still human.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you talk a little bit just about the role that you see, um, the tour guide, like what he plays and kind of like chauffeuring the two of them through not just this, uh, yeah, the actual tour of the island, but kind of as their emotional tour guide as well.
Sure. I love the way you're putting all of it too. So yeah, basically, as their literal and emotional tour guide, Joao, he he's a surprise. You know, the daughter, June, she in trying to feel alive again and in trying to feel good after grief, she's like flirting with all the hot concierges at the hotel, you know, trying to get a little sparkle and excitement. And it's not happening for her. And then, you know, she's trying to get her mom away from the happy honeymooners who are maybe making the mom sad. So she gets this private tour because she thinks like at least we'll be away from all the honeymooners. And little does she know that their tour guide is going to be this very handsome gentleman. And so we think like, oh, great, like June's about to have a good time. But the surprise is that, you know, being this philosophical surfer who's thinking about like the deep things about life and death, he really connects with the mom and her depths. And, you know, she's a therapist. She wants to talk about like death and deeper things. And I think that to me, what it serves also, it's a reminder of unexpected connection and the beauty of it, how sometimes when you're grieving or when you're going through something, you never know who you're going to meet that's going to understand you or make you feel seen in some way. And they each character shares a different experience of their own pain that they live with. And there's this kind of like unspoken understanding and also just the magic of like unexpected connection and how it can bring you back to life too. It's not just the beauty of the landscape, which also like helps, but it's seeing another human being and realizing like, oh, we're not alone.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so can you just talk a little bit about your path to Tribeca and yeah, just the excitement of premiering this film and everything?
Sure. Well, my path to Tribeca, it's very special. So I'm a New York-based filmmaker. I went to NYU Tisch grad film. I've been making films in New York, and Tribeca was actually the first like top tier film festival that accepted one of my shorts. I've premiered two short works there. I've done like labs and won awards with Tribeca, but this one was the biggest of all. So basically, the biggest production prize in the whole world is the Tribeca AT&T Untold Stories Award. And it's for a feature film. They read your scripts, they watch your old short films, and they pick five finalists to pitch their films at the Tribeca Festival. And so I pitched my feature last year on June 7th in front of hundreds of people and a panel of like celebrity judges. And when you pitch, they go and deliberate, and 1 hour later, they pick one winner to give $1 million to finance your feature film. Last year on June 7th, I won that award, and this year on June 7th, my feature film HONEYJOON will premiere at the Tribeca Film Festival. So it's like quite a
Yeah.
full circle moment. Um, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's just really exciting to see that whole process, I'm sure, play out and yeah,
Yeah.
excellent.
It really is, especially because like, you know, that it's such a meaningful festival to me and that it's
Mhm.
in New York where I can invite a lot of friends, a lot of collaborators. The theater seats 480 people and we're almost sold out now.
Oh, congratulations. That's
Thank you.
excellent.
Thank
Yeah. So just as we're kind of wrapping up here, what would be the main theme that you'd like audiences or the main emotional response or whatever that you'd like audiences to take away when they watch Honey June?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
Just
of course.
I'm curious what yours was, your takeaway.
I will say for me, like I said, I think it's this just really interesting exploration of like contradictions because I see that just in the way they think they need to grieve, the way that they, you have Leela who, yeah, like you said, is so invested in the woman life freedom movement, but then also still has some of those same, I guess, fears that you continue to have about, yeah, how June's dressed, what skin she's showing, those kind of things that she kind of wants to like tamp down and everything. And I just felt like it was just a really interesting, yeah, connection there. And also just, I loved the relationship between Leela and June. I just thought it was really beautiful. I loved the way they interacted. I love that it was never like, it never felt like it was I don't know, kind of this bad feeling between them. It wasn't a like adversarial kind of relationship. it was maybe not fully understanding, and I like how they came to better understanding. So yeah, those were kind of my feels
Oh,
as I was watching it.
thank you so much. It's such a gift to hear, and it really helps me solidify what it is I want to share because what I hear from you is that you really felt the realness and the complexity of these characters and their
Absolutely.
relationships. And what I love to do is I want to take audiences on a ride. I want to take you on a ride of laughter and emotion. And at the end of the day, the reason I want to do that is because that's what life really feels like for me. So I want it to feel real. And so hearing you reflect that it does, that makes me really excited. And also, yeah, I can't and I don't want to like tell people how to feel, but my hope and my intention with creating this was to also make people feel seen in all their humanness, all
Mm.
their secret desires and embarrassing flirting failures and grief and just all the range of human emotions that we feel to laugh in recognition of it, to to feel their feelings and know it's all okay. All the human feelings are okay to feel and to feel good to be alive.
Yeah, excellent. Well, I think it does that really well. I think you have a just a beautiful film here, and I wish you well. Congratulations on everything, and have an excellent premiere.
Thank you so much. It means a lot to me, and it's been a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.